life is so like, man, we be making some dumb ass fucking decisions. It's like, I know I gotta keep my baby and I gotta do what's the best and I just gotta live, but like, I just, fuck. That's the worst shit in the world, bro. Bringing another baby into this life without having a fucking husband. I don't know why I'm doing this again. I fucking can't do it. God, I can't do it. I just finished eating and I'm really full. Excuse me, sorry. And I'm headed to a basketball game for a sweet little boy that I know. He's in the 8th grade and he invited me, so yeah. But I wanted to say something really quick. Clear up a couple of things. Well, really I'm not gonna clear up nothing. So we're not even gonna clear up anything. Think what you want, I don't care. But the one thing I did want to say, the reason that I am not choosing A, B is because of my relationship with God. Not yours, not who God is to you, not who, you know what I'm saying, who's been forgiven for this or for that, or for, you know, I did it so you can do it, it's cool, it's fine. I understand it. I don't judge people. This is a safe space, and it's a lot of people that's getting into this space that's not safe. Like, why are y'all here? It's weird. Like, it's so many things we see online that we could just scroll past. I see so many things and I'm like, yeah, this is not for me. This is not my cup of tea. This is not my content. So I don't get on there and type crazy things. I just keep going because it's not for me to comment on. You'll never see my name associated under any post ever saying anything negative about somebody. You won't, because I can just keep going. But yeah, yes, it's hard. It's not really hard anymore, but it was hard today. I had a frustrating conversation with the other parent that kind of rattled my feelings a bit aggressively, and I cried and I shared that moment because, like I said, God told me to share this journey and I'm being obedient. That's what I'm doing, because everything is working out for my good. That's my favorite thing ever, right? And that means even in the midst of my storm. So what I did to get this baby, it wasn't good, it wasn't right, it wasn't what I planned for myself, but something good is gonna come out of it. Something good is already coming out of it. I'm helping so many people navigate, unpack, and go through the things that they are going through, and I'm so grateful God chose me, because I got thick skin. Because the things y'all saying in my comments, I see how some people could not openly share this online, because y'all would rip them to shreds. Like, who y'all think y'all are? Y'all not no bully. Stop it. Y'all hide behind these profiles and say all these things, and if you saw these people in person, you wouldn't say none of these things to them. Like, y'all mad strange. But back to the conversation. AB is not something that's for me. Anybody that does do that, or that have done that, or feel like this was best for them, this between you and your God and your healing and all the things. You're already forgiven. So hey, I could choose that. I don't think that God won't forgive me or anything, but that's not my story. My story is to carry this baby. My story is to show the journey of me carrying this baby. My story is to show the testimony when God prevails. He's already done amazing things in my life. My life was already good. So yeah, have a good day. Love y'all. Enjoy your Friday.
So I feel like there's a conversation that is missing around this woman who is 31, single, and pregnant that we're not having. And it's the fact that Shorty is not well. Because it's one thing to use religion to avoid taking accountability, right? People do that all the time, especially in the Black community, because we do have a very unhealthy and toxic relationship with our religion, as we've made it a part of our culture and not just about our spiritual journey. So that's one thing. But when you go to her page and you look at the fact that all of her videos are about this situation, that all of her videos are talking about how God told her to keep this baby and God told her to share her journey, and she's making a video where she's crying in the car and she's saying that God told me to share this and I'm built for this, I'm made for this. What is the difference between her doing this and a person who's on the street screaming and talking to themselves about God? Or a person who says, God told me to take my children and drive them off of a cliff. What is the difference between that person and her saying, God told me to bring a child into an unhealthy, toxic, dysfunctional situation in which they're probably going to experience harm, and the children that I have now are going to experience trauma and harm because I'm bringing another child into a situation in which I am not prepared for and capable of doing well? Because in the Black community, we have normalized the idea of God told me to tell you this, and God told me this is what I need to do, and God told me this. We can't recognize when it's done to the extreme. This is very extreme. Every single video is about this pregnancy. One could say, yes, she wants attention. That could be true, but I think it's something deeper going on. And I think that we are not recognizing that, and the signs are there. We should take this a little bit more serious than someone who is just being a bad mother.
Okay, I'm trying to stay quiet because my girlfriend's still asleep. But that lady that came on this app talking about she 31 and single and pregnant. Woman, what did you expect from us? How did you think we was going to respond? You couldn't have expected sympathy. Couldn't have been that one because you're grown. Then you want to talk about you raising awareness. Raising awareness for who? You're not a child. You're not a teenager. You're 31. You're 31. But then what really got me, she's talking about, oh, my relationship with God, my religion is the reason why I can't get rid of my baby. But your religion didn't stop you from jumping on that meat without a ring. Your relationship with God didn't stop you from jumping on that meat unprotected. But now your relationship with God gonna step in and tell you not to get rid of this baby. Why your relationship with God only stepping in when a child is involved? Why are you willing to give this child a horrible life because of your terrible decisions? Where was God when you was... Oh, okay.
To the 31-year-old woman that's talking about she's pregnant and the pregnancy was unplanned and whatnot, get rid of the baby, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck. And this is coming from a conservative. Get rid of the baby, bro. Because if the man does not want to take care of the kid or be around the kid or be a part of the kid's life, get rid of the fucking baby. Bro, I'm tired of these women coming on here trying to get fucking sympathy points and using Christianity as a cover to gain followers, sympathy, and all that other shit. And whenever I seen the video, I'm glad I seen the women in the comments tearing her fucking ass up, bro. Because it's like, bro, chill the fuck out, bro. Y'all need to understand that y'all are making these poor decisions thinking that these kids are fucking, like, bro, it's no joke taking care of kids, bro. That's why a lot of us are choosing not to have any kids right now until we have our wives, until some of them have their husbands. Like, bro, I'm not, bro, you know how irresponsible it is to bring children into the world without stability, a great connection with the parents? Like, bro, you're setting that child up for failure for what? For what? TikTok follower? Listen, I'm going to tell you this right now. People only care about your issues right now, but once you had the baby, all that extra bullshit you're about to do, they're not going to give a fuck. That no GoFundMes, no paying your rent. Bro, you're going to be stuck taking care of that fucking child, bro. Those women that came online and said, hey, if you're thinking about being a single mother or something, don't. Bro, I literally seen a dude came online and he said, you got to watch who you're having casual sex with because these women are keeping the baby over 30. I was like, what?
I'm not judging. I just need to understand 31 pregnant unplanned and unwanted, because you've already said all the big parts. It's unplanned, it's unwanted. I think you even said the guy said he does not want it. You're 9 weeks. You have the ability to get out of this situation unscathed. You can literally move on with yourself, but you are punishing yourself into having another baby. You have already have kids. You're going to change your whole life for this baby, and you know you're going to do it yourself. Everybody doesn't believe in abortion, but you don't believe in abortion. I'm trying to understand the logic. That's all.
I got a serious question, and don't everybody answer at once. This is really for the birds. But why is it a sin after the pregnancy? Why does sin and God come into play after the pregnancy? Because we're missing a step. It's such a sin. The AB, that's a sin. Getting the AB, that's a sin. What about the sex part, though? We so religious, we love God. What about the sex part, though? Because you wasn't supposed to be having the sex before marriage anyway. So what about that part? That girl that's 31 and pregnant, mind you, this is her third kid. I don't know why you coming over here telling us about your third kid, your third pregnancy, and your third baby daddy. I'm talking about you can't get no AP because that's a sin. What about the 3 sex parts, though? Don't answer at once.
That 31 single and pregnant lady is irritating me. And she irritating me for a lot of reasons. The first thing being, you getting on here and you telling us that you 31 single and pregnant as if this your first go round. You already 2 kids in prior to this pregnancy. No ring, no marriage. But then you sitting up and talking about this third situation as if you don't know what you was getting yourself into, even though you done been through it 2 other times before. Like, what's wrong with you? And then you tell it to us unprovoked, and then you come back offended after you get the responses that you get, and you start telling us the reason why you don't believe in, like, getting rid of it is because of religious reasons, even though if you were that religious, you wouldn't be having unprotected sex prior to marriage, and you wouldn't already be 2 kids in with no marriage, and now you're pregnant with another one. You want this man who you pregnant by right now to, like, take care of you and, you know, do things for you during this pregnancy. Why would he do that? You kind of pretty much said that ain't really even your man. Why would he do all of that? Something wrong with y'all, and y'all need friends, and you need a journal.
I don't know about y'all, but being 33 years old, if I end up getting knocked up, I'm just going to ride out with the baby too. Because y'all are acting like she's 16, 17, or maybe even 20. She's 31. She's seen her life. She lived her life real smooth through the teens and the 20s without a chick or a child. She's 31. You lay down, you stay down. So even if she was thinking about proportions, 31 is a good age to be having a child. Now, if she doesn't have a great support system, that's a whole nother different story. See, me at the good age of 33, I am everybody's baby in this family. You feel what I'm saying? It's an event and I'm not at that event. Everybody asking for me. Okay. More importantly, my aunts and uncles love me. And to be honest, that baby not even gonna be my baby. Everybody's been waiting for me to have a baby. I don't know why, but everybody's been waiting for me to have a baby. So that's really gonna be my mom and my sister's baby. And then my brothers don't play that, so that's gonna be their baby too. And then my uncles, my aunts and my aunties, I don't even got a child no more. We co-parent. Bring the point home. Have a strong support base for anything and everything that you go through in life. Whether that base comes from nurture or it came from nature, you have to have a great base of support. So with incidents like being 31 years old and getting knocked up and the man telling you, I don't want to be a part of this life, I don't want this baby, get rid of it, I don't care. You can raise your child with certainty knowing that that child, boy or girl, is going to feel the most immense love that they could ever possibly feel, that they're only going to feel a little sadness that they're not going to have their biological father in their life. Just a little bit, because they have received love from everyone in their family because of you.
And when it comes to Miss 31 and pregnant with an unwanted baby, my opinion is rather unpopular. In that when she said that the reason behind why she is not getting an abortion is because of her religious beliefs, I call bullshit. In fact, I see it as a cop-out and an excuse and a distraction from the real reason, which is what I assume and believe is you are trying to use this baby as a bargaining chip to get that man to choose you. That's what I think is really going on here, because I have a very hard time believing it's about your beliefs when your actions that led you to this point don't give religious beliefs, respectfully. You yourself said that you wanted your next child to be born when you were married and had more stability in life. Yet you laid down with a man who, to my knowledge, didn't commit to you. Got pregnant, said he ain't want nothing to do with said child. Where were these beliefs when it came time to do to get you to where you are now? Where were those beliefs then? And why was it okay for you to bend on said beliefs when it came to that fun time? But now that it's time to be responsible, you want to be strict in your faith. What happened? I call cappery on that. The cap in the hat, if you will. Because based on how you're talking, what I'm hearing is brewing resentment for that child already. Because what happens if and when you have this child and that child don't change that man? He still don't want to commit and still don't want anything to do with that child. Now you have to deal with the fact that not only did the child not change the man, but you now have 3 kids to raise on your own in a way that you didn't want for yourself or your kids. The resentment is loading. And what kind of world to bring your child into with expectations on that child to fulfill things it can't fulfill? I feel like this child's life is not being considered enough for me, and that really concerns me. It bothers me when women have babies as bargaining chips. Because then when that child does not fulfill what you wanted to fulfill, you want to take that frustration out on the child. I don't like it. I'm not a fan. And this is just really sad. It's really sad altogether.
For the bird-brained 31-year-old woman who's having an unplanned pregnancy with a man that does not want her or the baby, and that she also does not want the man, this is just like the era of birds. Because what do you mean your religion is preventing you from getting rid of the baby or possibly giving the baby up for adoption, but that same religion did not stop you from having unprotected intercourse, unwedded intercourse, a man that you don't even want to spend the rest of your life with, knowingly, like you knew you did not want to spend the rest of your life with this man, so you had unprotected. And then now you're surprised that you have a baby, but your religion says, oh, you can't get rid of the baby. Now your religion is, now God comes into play. I don't understand how people pick and choose when it comes to Christianity about what parts of the Bible they want to follow. Like, we're gonna go all out and do all this nasty stuff with these men that you don't want to be with. Go all out, get rid of the baby. Like, mind you, it's her body, her choice, but she came to the internet complaining, boo-hoo, crying with snot. So as the internet does, we're giving her our advice. It's not even unsolicited. She solicited our advice, and this is the advice that everyone is giving you. And instead of taking the advice and being humble about it, making follow-up videos saying that everyone is wrong for telling you to do this. Mind you, I saw somewhere that she has other children, so this is not like a one-time mistake. Like, Miss Girl's doing this. This is what she does. This is just the era of bird brains, because I cannot understand why at 31 years old you have not learned your lesson.
There are certain thoughts I don't share on social media because of how it may come off. I saw this post about a young woman who is 31, pregnant. The pregnancy was unplanned, as she was saying. And it got me thinking of some of the decisions that some of the young women are out here making. For that 31-year-old woman, she's already pregnant. She's already made a decision. She's going to make a decision, right? This is for the people who are not in such decisions. Choosing to lay with a man without protection. It's already a planned pregnancy. You have indirectly planned to be pregnant. And we have to think about it that way, because anytime you lay with somebody without protection, that is a decision that you are making. That is a plan that you are making to be pregnant. And we as women, we have to be very cautious with how we make these decisions, because each time the burden falls on the woman. You are the one going to carry this pregnancy. And when this baby comes, you are the one whose life is going to be impacted the most. You are probably the one whose career, whose education, whose life is going to be interrupted. Are you ready for these things? We live in a time where STDs and HIV is on the rise. And I do not want to be a moral police for anyone. We cannot live our life carelessly and just throw caution to the wind and just live anyhow. So if you're a young lady out there, your reproductive health, your sexual health is your responsibility. And I'm talking about consensual adult interactions. It is your body and it's your responsibility. Yes, it's your body. Yes, it's your choice. And it is your responsibility as well. If you truly, truly love yourself, and if you truly, truly believe that your body, your choice, you wouldn't make certain decisions. Think about this.
First of all, the plan of abortion is not ours to decide. She's grown, you can do with the baby what she wants. It's not in our place to tell her to abort the baby. And also, it's not also in our place to tell her to adopt the baby. So she has decided to keep the baby. But what I don't like is how she come here, keep mentioning the name of the Lord. That God said, God said. You said you are 31, unmarried, and the pregnancy was unplanned. There are a lot of sickness, STD, HIV, you people don't even care. You are 31, you already have 2 kids, and you are still out there having unprotected S with somebody you know is not going to stand up to be a father of that child. That is very, very wrong. And now you are coming online crying. Why are you crying? We were not there when you were having S. You came here and you are crying, and the next thing you are like, God said, God said. Why can't you just close your leg and allow God to look for a good husband for you? Must you have unprotected S with somebody you know that is not ready? So since you've decided to raise the baby, why are you disturbing us? Is it everything you people bring to the internet? There are some things you keep to yourself. Can't you just take care of your pregnancy and leave us alone? Please, just leave God out of this. When you were having the S, God did not said that time. So please, it's not everything you people come and bring on the internet. You people are grown. You are 31. You are no longer a child. It's not everything you people bring to the internet. We are tired of seeing all this. Well, anyway, if you people don't bring it, I will not be able to make a video. Keep bringing it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye, y'all.